So hello beans, this is the fourth time I've started this for various reasons. Welcome to Blue Bean Harvest. I'm a Roy, Roy's Radio with me, Shell of a Man, labelled Roy Thomas Dow. This Blue Bean Harvest, I want to talk about presentation. I want to talk about the Earth purpose. I'm just ducking straight into this, no messing about. Earth purpose, purpose and awareness. This is a time of choice, potentials in the sense of sun, rock, sea and hand. And then we'll have a chat about Trump and this moment and choice and see if we can put some pebbles in the pond there. And then finally I'll tell you about the gift, which I'll be doing later, which will probably be available tomorrow, certainly by Saturday. The gift which will give you an opportunity to begin engaging with yourself. I'll come back to that in a minute. Let's talk about this first. Get my slappy stick, ready? Slappy slap. That's pointer, all right? Where do you want to be? So what am I talking about here? What am I talking about all up? Well, who am I? You know I am. I'm a Roy. This is Roy's Radio, and I'm a shell of a man labelled Roy Thomas Dow. Why am I a shell of a man? Because I know that I'm a divine reference, rather than an egoic reference. I know that I'm an expression of the one love. Okay? That's the difference. So, to me, there's only three states of being. Yeah? You are aware of who you are. You are on the brink of engaging with who you are. You're like this. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And the last group is you're just not aware at all. So, and at this moment, precisely this slightly extended moment, it's a moment of great change. Okay, and so it's a time when people like myself are stepping up and saying, excuse me, we've got something to say. These are things that you don't need to know. It helps your experience if you do know. Remember, this is absolute free will. So we can talk and share and say in a general sense, and people can listen, assimilate and adopt. It's a very simple process. So because at the moment, if you look at the numbers, in the sense of how many people are here, 8.2 billion currently. So, and when we think of the idea of what's the differential of the change in the sense of being of those that inhabit this space, and the differential is, as I said in the last video or the video before, is 1,000-fold. Yeah. So up here, in this pyramid, if you think, rising up, refining, refining, expanding, expanding, refining, expanding. Bizarre, but there you go. So all these people up here say, I am. Okay, so there's virtually zero engagement in a general sense with egoic reference, and it's just keeping yourself in check, in this sense, to keep things ongoing until you get to that point of complete wholeness, and then it's just a persistent flow of love. Yeah. So currently, I say that there's about 8,190 people that are in this position, and they're thinking next, whoo, you know. In this next group of people, there's about just over 8 million. Yeah, and again the difference, 1,000-fold. This is what 0.0001% of the whole. Yeah, so that's the 1,000-fold, 1,000-fold. Yeah, reverse, reverse. So here we've got this 8.1 million people, and they're like, am I? What, I'm God? Am I really? Do you think so? And it's like, well, get ready, this is the choice. And it's like, oh, what? Where? Really? What, decide now? Oh, am I going to stay or go? And remember that in reality, no one goes anywhere. Okay? This is all just within self. Yeah. Anyway, let's carry on. So these people down here, yeah, just this while this number, just remember that there's a lot of children that will be aided. Yeah. That's just the way it is. And down here, we've got this 8.1 billion people, and it's like, who? God. Nah. So this is recycle side. Remember, it's all just energy in awareness found. And it's the perception of that energy in the sense of that sense of self as to what occurs in your perception once you, in this sense, when you pass, you know, where do you go? Where do you move about in this space? It's a big space in the sense of volume. Of course, it's just the same space as where we are now in the sense of looking within. And it's just where is your position in your sense of being? And if you think of, well, lotus, pine cone, spiral, it's all just a question of unfolding and going back to where things begin. Yeah. Every forest starts with a single seed. Anyway, so are you a recycled person? Are you a person that's potentially going to go, yes? Are you one of those that's helping everyone else and just getting ready for change anyway? And join the dance, yes, of this loving relationship we call life in this three-dimensional space. Anyway, let's have a look at the numbers, see where we are. Bish, bash, bosh, 733. Lovely jubbly. All right, let's carry on. So there you go, that's that. Let's talk about Earth Purpose very quickly. Earth Purpose, what's the purpose of this place? This place, well, it's just meant to be somewhere where we can be and experience heaven. And what is heaven? Heaven is walking in this place, not being of this place, and engaging with this place from a perspective of love and innocence, just to witness the wonder and beauty of the free, evolving place based on its own nature. It's, yeah, wow, yeah, witness the wonder of nature, the beauty of creation. So, anyway, that's all that. Oh, Earth Purpose, sorry. Yeah, so that's the purpose of the Earth. So, what have we done at the moment? Well, what we've done, we've got it to a point of critical mass in a way, in the sense of energy. So it's moving to a tipping point, yeah, that as far as I can see, a tipping point, yeah, and it's going to go one way or the other. Which way is that going to be? We'll come down to that down here. So the purpose in awareness of ourself is to become aware of the whole self, the wholeness of self, so that we can feel complete. We've lost that. This is the idea of the separation. The separation comes just in incarnation, yeah, because we lose that connection. It's the inversion. So, this is the purpose in awareness. It's just simply that. So the idea that all the way through any timelines, we can see that there's inferences to other self, other creative elements, other notions of history, other notions of development, we just see awareness as a very complex and unresolved place. And yet, if we look at all the information that we share, you can begin to evolve your own perception of how everything is created from the one mind, using the one love in the one space. Okay? Alright, so that's the purpose in awareness. Purpose in awareness found. Yeah, just to keep evolving and just experience love. Witness love in creation. Time of choice. Yeah, number. Building up to an energy. And at the moment, there are all sorts of potentials. The time of choice. What's the time of choice? Well, it's really to decide and focus and knuckle down and focus on where you are or where you want to be. Yeah? It could be that this idea of value is not yet fully apparent. Maybe these numbers are higher and we're going to have shifts. Maybe there's going to be a spark of awareness here that's going to propel someone to this position, yeah, where they're aware of the divine within. Yeah, who knows? Do I know everything? Everything is known, but I'm just an expression of love and form. So, anyway, so the time of choice, yeah, what do you want to do? Do you want to go forward in fear and judgment? Seems a lot of that at the moment. And maybe this is another reason why at this critical point, remember that in moments of great darkness, this is when we're most likely to see light. Because even that tiniest little bit of light is so obvious. Yeah? Anyway. So this time of choice, you've just got to make a decision. In the next presentation that I do, when I talk about this gift, the gift is simply a process. It's a process that will allow you to go within. It's a mixture of things. Going into a light trance-like auto-suggestive state, where I hand lead you down somewhere and you expose yourself to stuff, and you come out the other side with rinse and repeat mindset. And by walking this pathway, you can get to a point where you are a person that just have love in their space of awareness. That's the purpose, yeah, in the sense of working back, yeah, working back, going through all the shit, getting back to where you should be. All right, that's what the gift does. So anyway, that's the time of choice. The gift will help you get there. The quickest that you could possibly achieve what you want to achieve in the sense of the gift that I'm offering, free, yeah, forever, as it were, doesn't even relate to the gift. It's like if you're going to spontaneously become totally aware, and you'll have that wholeness, that complete oneness, then you can just do that like that now. Really? Yeah, of course you can. Because you're the divine child. Okay, so potentials. What am I talking about, potentials? Well, this is things that sort of could go wrong, I suppose. Things that are occurring at the moment that you think, what's that, what's that, what's that, what's that, what's that? I will just start this off by saying, and I've never really talked of this before, is that about 44 years ago, I went into a state within, and one of the things that struck me in the sense of the things that I saw the Earth, and I saw the first strike, and I saw the retaliation, and you think to yourself, why? Why'd you say that? And so to me, that just stuck with me. And I think, how could something like that develop between the States and China slash Russia? And if you look at the way that things are going and the way that ultimately China are going to be squeezed, then they're going to react. And if you think of the egoic reference of Trump and how he would, I'm Mr. America, this is me, it's like, oh, well, the fucking shit's going to hit the fan now, with total disregard to anything and everything. China, why would they allow it to get to this point? Because they've got over 1 billion people, they've got massive armed force, which they've been upgrading for a long while. And just on numbers and influence and globally, the perception, I think they'd fancy their chances. And because then Russia would get on board as well, and you've got eventually those two with America who are just so full of fear, they spend fortunes on weaponry. So again, this our Earth purpose and this place, what's it like? Well, pretty fucking shit, really. Still, so let's go back into these other potentials. That notion of war, I'll come back to that in a minute. A little, maybe. Let's look at the sun. Yes, boys. The sun, um, the sun through electromagnetic flares, radiation, bursts, whatever it is, whatever you call it, that would affect our electromagnetic field and might affect the poles. If that affected the poles, the sun, doing that with the electromagnetic field, then that would affect the plates, the tectonic plates, and the movement of the plates would cause, within an hour, this is what I've said before, all the change that's going to be there. And essentially, this is where we get the great recycling in an hour. So that's one possibility, but in that sense, then you've got space for people to walk forward, and it will be majority of these people here. It will be like a big slice like that. Like I'll do it. Let me show you. It will be like this, like that, and then things will develop again. Yes, plates down, sea up, all sorts of change. A lot of this is down to just a reflection of how we've interacted with our place of awareness. The rock is, they're talking about an asteroid as well, that's going around the sun, goes around the sun, and it's going to come particularly close to us, I think, in 2026. Yeah, I think it's 2026. And I thought to myself, well, that's another possibility. So there's all these possibilities, and I think most importantly at this time, I feel inclined to say that something is going to happen. What occurs as an outfalling from this, well, we'll have to wait and see. So we've got hand is mankind, that's weapons. The sea is the tectonic plates, the rock is the asteroid, And the sun is the sunspots, the movements, the change, the bursts, the flares. At the moment, it's quite active, and things will change. And you don't know how long it's going to take things to change. But this is the time. Yeah, I wouldn't say it if it wasn't. I feel quite exposed, but it's the time. Okay. Let's talk very quickly about Trump, the moment of choice. So I think that anyone that's in the States should be aware. I'm not going to have a go at Trump. He might like my poetry. I'd like to think he would. Strawberry Angel and the Bean and the first collection. The others we're going to follow. It depends how much time we've got, really. So in this moment, you have an opportunity to be. This is for Trumpty Dumpty, right, Mr. President. You have an opportunity to be the hero for America in a very fearful and judgmental way, and you can tell your current angle by the fact that you've just let all these people out of prison. You're doing all these weird things. You're taking away aid from people, regardless of who it is, because people that are making decisions are personally unaffected in any way, shape, or form. It's just going willy-nilly, wiping shit out with total disregard, and it's just a blanket approach, which is loveless. So you're very much, as you have been since a young boy, a young child, fear and judgment based, and you should be in this opportunity moving towards love. Look at the position you're in at the moment. Yeah, there's an eclipse and a focus about you because of your position, and it's based on a threatening position, as a potential, in the sense of erratic behaviour, how you can react, the potential volatility, ill-measured, unmeasured, badly measured, ill-timed. Yeah, let's kick everyone out of Gaza. Why? Because then we can turn it into the Middle East rural era, and Donald Trump can make a fortune in real estate, because that's what you do. You build shit, casinos, hotels, and everything else, and you'd share it amongst you and everyone else. You know, it's not good. Everyone that seems to come into power in the States ultimately goes down a path of corruption. It's very rarely that you actually get someone that actually does the job at hand. Yeah, that looks after the people, the whole people, not just a select few. Yeah. And you can go around the world waving a big stick, but you don't do the world any favours like that. What you need to do is to look around the world with a compassionate and an open heart. Yeah. This is your opportunity as well to change. You could be the biggest peace bringer the history has ever known, in the sense of the population and the effect it's going to have on people and the course that this planet will take as a change. Yeah, you could be that spark of revolution within the mind of all self on this planet towards one of unity and harmonisation. Yeah, I've got things that would help that, inventions. See, I shouldn't say that, but I did. So, whatever. Anyway, the point is, it's an opportunity. This is a moment of choice for you as well. And how do you want to be remembered in history? For a fuckwit who really didn't know what he was doing and did the wrong thing based on the wrong decisions, because the egoic reference you use to determine outcome is biased towards negative activity and outcomes. Yeah? So it's time for change. For you as well. You can do my course. My gift thing. Yeah? Anyway, that's it really, folks. That's all I want to say. I want to get into 2433. I want to get into doing the gift and getting that out to you today, tomorrow, so that people have got it for the weekend. Something in the weekend. I've got to move out of here. I'm packing next week. Trying to find somewhere else to live. Don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not sure about if there's any donation places up for me. I know that Blue Bean Harvest is on fundraiser. If you want to help, that would be great. I'd love to be able to continue delivering stuff if I can. I can do, I'm also looking at doing, please message me on Facebook and LinkedIn. You can as well. If you are looking at group presentations, I can do group courses. It will help me support myself and survive in this stupidly money-based paradigm. Yeah, it's time to grow up. If you want to grow up, now's the time. This can be turned into heaven, but there's going to be some way of recycling coming. You need to prepare yourself. That's all I've got to say. Look out for the next one. It's all about the gift. And I will continue to be a divine channel for love until I leave this space. If I ever do, who knows? Love all round, beans.